Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 23 of the Sports Aces podcast. To my left, we got returning guest.
Isaiah Cunningham.
We got a new guest to my right.
Pat Billings.
And Chris is in the back, and we're going to be talking some NBA basketball today. These guys are known for their, arguments
Absolutely.
in the group chat, so I think we're going to have an entertaining episode.
But say before we get started, just to let y'all know, Tom is not with us today. He had to handle school-related stuff.
Yes, sir.
But he'll be back next episode, though.
Yeah,
So
school comes
don't
first.
think he's not going to be around. He's going to be around, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is actually a tryout to take his place. So whoever does better today, me or Isaiah, Tom, sorry, but see you later.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But go ahead, give us a subscribe on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify so you can give us 5-star ratings and, just check us out.
Yeah, support.
So I think we have to start where you guys left off in the group chat with the all defensive teams. I think that's a very appropriate place to start. So I'll let you go first.
So I actually have a picture of, it's on my phone. It's of all the voting. And I mean, I think that, do you want to talk about someone who was snubbed first off? Or
We'll go with a few snubs first.
So-
Wait, are we going to start from front court players or back court players?
I mean, I just want to, in general.
Just general snubs.
Because right now, I think Nick Claxton is probably the biggest snub. Like I brought up a few stats, that's why I got my last. I wrote a few things. So with Nick Claxton, he led the NBA in stocks, which is steals and blocks, but he was tied with Jaren Jackson Jr. for 254. So that's a pretty important stat as well. And then he also guarded the most isolations in the league, and he only allowed 0.79 points per possession on those plays. And he guarded on isolation possessions 202 times, which is 47 more than Al Horford, who is second in that situation.
Nice.
So, so I mean, dude, especially, it was also 0.79 points per possession, which is second in the league among 30 players to guard 85 or more ISOs, only trailing Evan Mobley, who was NBA defensive first
So who's
team.
coming up off that list for you?
Off of the second team?
Off.
Well, because Claxton didn't even get one first team vote. He only had 25 votes for second team, and that was it. So, I mean, the only other choice to take off is Bam, because he is at the center spot.
Yeah.
I mean, taking Bam off, that's kind of tough for me because I feel like Bam is probably, at his size and at the center position, he's probably the best center to guard, like, other wings and other guards and stuff like that. And, like, on that Miami team, I can't think of another big man on their team.
Cody Zeller is the
Yeah,
other
when
center.
I'm watching that this
That's
series,
it.
it's so tough
When
to
I
look
think
at.
Cody Zeller, I just think mid.
That's
No,
being
he is not
that's being
good.
generous.
Like, that's
He's
being,
not good.
yeah, I
Let's
don't
be
know. I don't know
generous.
how
He's
he's
not
not,
good.
like, with,
I'm not saying like he hasn't been
G League
awful
or
though
something.
for them. Like he's given some.
He's given them like
production.
10 minutes
He's
a game.
given them, he's fought Julius Randle. I mean, that's
and everyone can do that now.
But yeah, I mean, it really is tough. But when you think about it, was he not at like the voting favorite for Defensive Player of the Year midway through the year? And
Yeah.
he
Claxton,
just
right?
doesn't. Yeah, but now
Claxton.
he just doesn't even make second team.
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous.
That's a snub. I can see that.
It's just because there's two centers. That's the only reason.
That's the problem. But it's just like Bam technically is a center, but he's also like what 6'9".
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, so is Rob Will, but I could consider him more of a forward because of Al Horford's
Bam
play.
guards 1 through 5, honestly.
I think that's what gave them the push to give it to him over Nick Claxton. But I feel like it was forgotten about. I mean, Claxton played 76 games this year, so he's playing a lot of games. So it's not like
They also have like NBA standings or like record applied to those awards as well. So Bam Adebayo and the Heat, they're doing better than the Nets, obviously.
Well, no, I mean,
Not
technically the Nets finished above them in the
regular
standings,
season wise.
in the regular season standings, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it really is tough because Bam is such a great defender, and like we said, he can guard 1 through 5. So I guess that what just gave him the one up. But how do you just go from the betting favorite at some point during the season and just totally fall off?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think it was because of Mikal Bridges coming on to the Celtics roster? I mean, Celtics, yeah, right.
Nets.
The Nets roster. But he also didn't even make an NBA
didn't,
team
no.
either.
Maybe, now that you say that, the Nets did pick up a lot as a team defensively. So maybe
true.
that took some of the weight defensively off of Nick Claxton,
Yeah.
where it was just a more team defensive team rather than Nick Claxton making all the, you know, huge defensive plays and stuff like that. So
I mean,
True.
and that could just roll into like the Celtics too, like because the whole reason about this argument is that he thinks Derek White should not have been on the second team all defense.
we know he shouldn't be, but I mean, I would pick a guy on their team above him, Marcus Smart, the former Defensive Player of the Year.
Well,
But,
I mean, the thing is, I don't know if you saw.
I mean, there's a lot of guys.
There's a lot of things that have been going on saying that Joe Mazzulla had to tell Jaylen Brown to ask Marcus Smart
This is true.
if
I
he
saw
can
this.
guard James Harden.
Yep.
He's like, why? Well, first of all, you're the coach. You can make the decision.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, there's a lot of things going on saying like, oh,
So you saying Marcus Smart he's not that same defender that he was before?
I think it's more Marcus Smart's ego.
So this is the thing is with this is like, oh well, that was the whole part of the thing about like we should trade him because of his ego. He thinks that he's like the leader of the team, but it's like, dude, like again, it's just I think he's the reigning defensive player of the year, so he should have the capability. Like he should tell you like I'm guarding him.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as we were saying with the Nets, as they're picking up all those other defenders, the Celtics were second in the defensive category this year as a team. So I mean, that's also a thing like with Derek White making the team, Marcus Smart just getting snubbed, and then Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are also great defenders too. Very underrated defenders.
Yeah.
But it's
Jaylen Brown, yeah.
Jaylen Brown's just been pressing.
Coming out of college, defense was like his big thing.
Oh yeah,
shooting. He was.
I feel like
he was
he's one of
not
the best
He was
wing
not
defenders
coming
in the
in
league.
as a good a shooter at all.
No.
That was his whole problem. But now he's. I mean,
Yeah, he's a
trust
marksman.
me, I got to see where he
But
was. Yeah, he
Going
was
back to
above.
the Derek White thing,
Yeah.
I can
Go-
just
go
think
for
of
it.
I can think of 5 people off the top of my head that's just better than him guarding the perimeter at a higher level.
In terms of like the eye test, you're saying.
Eye test. You know, Derek White, listen, I know he played with the Spurs and with Popovich for a while, and he's been in that system, and Popovich coached him right. But listen, I don't really know the guy, you know?
I think he's one of those. You know what he is? He's really one of those players that you just look at and you're like, am I really gonna let someone that looks like this cook me? You know what I mean?
It's the
like
it's the trim.
So this is the thing. Like, oh,
It's the trim.
it's so bad.
It's
But
the
he
trim.
can't do anything else though. What is he
He
gonna do?
can't.
But like I said, like the stats that I brought up to you, like in the chat, was him being first in blocks for guards with 76 blocks, and then the contested 2-point shots leader.
Yeah, but I would say with
leading
that, like you're saying, you're putting blocks for him as to support him being in the all defensive team. But as a guard, I don't really. I mean, other than Dwayne Wade, they know that like he's a good shot blocker, but we don't usually use shot blocking as a statistic for perimeter defenders.
I think that's what makes it so like great that you can have a guard that's getting a lot of blocks.
Yeah,
because that's like a very underrated part, especially because he's like one of like he's a bigger guard too. Like he's a 2 guard. He's like what 6'5", I believe.
Yeah, he's like
in
the
that
perfect
area.
combo guard size.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, like you said, like the contested 2-point shot leaders, like it doesn't make too much sense because Buddy Hield was also right
Quickly
there.
was right there too.
But the thing is like
and Buddy Hield doesn't play defense.
You got to think about it this way too, though. It's like he's guarding someone on the ISO, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how many times did Buddy Hield get cooked out of those?
A lot.
200 something times or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like Derek White. It could also just be like a smaller margin. So it could be like he contested like 335, and then how many other times like were they not contested?
Yeah.
It could be like 500 non-contested,
Mhm.
and then Buddy Hield could have like 1,200 non-contested. You
Mhm.
know.
I would say that I'm not gonna take anything from Derek White. He may be a good defender. I don't really care for the Celtics that much to even tune in that much.
That's fair.
But I know for myself that I'd take Lou Dort over him any day of the week because he can guard 1 through 4
Mhm.
with the best of them. You name it. And then I would also have Chris Dunn on there. He's a great perimeter defender. He hadn't played the whole season, so
That's
You
definitely
know,
a knock.
it
I wouldn't
was
take-
actually like cool to like actually see him getting some burn.
yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
was totally out of the league. He was disgusting in college, and then like
Yeah.
just totally fell through. I mean, he was with the Bulls first, right?
Mhm.
No,
and
he
then
was
he-
with the Timberwolves first. Then he went to the Bulls.
That's right. And he just
He bounced
totally
around a little
fell
bit.
out, and it was great to see him like come back. I mean, he went to the G
Yeah.
League, made his way back. But I mean, I don't
Great story.
like. I'm not saying that Lou Dort is like not a better defender, but it's just like just going out this year. But I think it also just comes like into play that he plays for the Thunder. Maybe they're just not getting a lot of looks, and you look at like teams like this that are all like well-known teams.
Mhm.
But I think Derek White is just very underrated because he's outshined by Marcus Smart's defense,
Yep.
Jaylen Brown's defense, and even Brogdon's defense. Brogdon doesn't have bad defense either. But again,
Yeah.
being the second best defense in the league, there's so many guys and so many stars that just overshadow him.
Mhm.
So I think that's why it was underrated. So that's why it was good to see. I have a few other stats too, like field goal differential, minus 2.5%, which is tied for fourth amongst guards. Opponent's shot is 2.5% worse than their expected outcome when he's guarding them.
Yeah.
And then the defensive rating with 107.2 is tied for second amongst guards. And this is I literally have the thing written down. Caruso was the only one with a better defensive rating this year than him, and he was first team.
Yep.
So, Derek White did get the most second team votes out of everyone on second team. He got a few first teams, but again, I think it's just overshadowed, like we said with Claxton, with other defenders on the team. Maybe you're not seeing them as much.
But so I would go back to what you were saying about eye test.
Mm-hmm.
From the eye test, I would say that Derek White isn't asked game in and game out to guard.
He's just not
the
a pretty
best
player. He's not a pretty
Yeah,
player.
he's not pretty at all. He's actually kind of ugly, but
Yeah.
I would say that. I'd say that.
He's not
No,
wrong.
listen. I'd say that the head coach for the Celtics is not asking Derek White to guard the opposing team's best player every night.
No.
But
You're not
Lou
wrong.
Dort is asked to do that. Vando is asked to do that. Jimmy Butler is asked to do that. Jaden McDaniels, Josh Hart. I can go on. I can go
you're
on.
not. Technically, you're not wrong. Those are all great defenders, but I think
Even
it's just
Marcus Smart.
again, it's just just statistical wise, it could be that they're guarding the best players.
Yeah.
But I think when it just comes down to the stats and effectiveness, he is putting up some great numbers regardless. So
It's kind of those players that lead the league in 3-point percentage, but they don't put as many shots up as Curry and Dame, stuff like
Al
stuff.
Horford.
Yeah, definitely.
Elite
So I can
shooter.
I can
Not the
see
best
that.
Not last
two
night.
games. Bum.
I can see that. But that's a good way to
Derek White,
give the
though,
role players.
Derek White's probably guarding,
an award
you'd
and
think,
stuff
the
like that.
worst player, more than likely, apart from a big. Because,
When you have Jalen Brown,
the thing
Marcus
is that
Smart,
we're
all those
we're
players on the court.
consistently switching though.
that too. I
You know
mean,
what I
you'd have
mean?
to think if an opposing team with, a guard like Harden, they're going to try and get a switch with Derek White. Even though he's done
he
it
doesn't really
well.
get blown by too much though.
Interesting.
If you watch,
So you're saying that they're seeking Derek White out, but
Yeah,
he's on an
I'm saying
all
that-
defensive team.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate to the stat,
Yeah.
I guess, if that makes sense. So, he's probably getting a lot of contests because if I were a team attacking Boston, I don't want to go at Smart. I
Oh,
really
yeah,
don't
of
want to
course
go at
not.
Brown.
Yeah.
I'd probably attack Derek White or Al Horford, depending
which
on.
they have been is attacking Al Horford all day.
So
Yeah.
with what you're saying, so LeBron, I don't mean to bring him up so early.
I was about to say.
I don't mean to bring him
Had
up
to.
so early, but LeBron is king of that, seeking out your worst defender. And
Well, he
No.
did get Curry a lot on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ISO last game.
yeah, and me and Pat, we talked about us matching up in the finals plenty of times, but after yesterday, I don't know if that conversation is gonna continue. But anyway, if we were to see the Celtics in the finals, out of all those defenders that you have on your team, I feel like LeBron is gonna, expose that all defensive player you got on your team.
he's
And
going
gonna-
to Derek White.
He's going to Derek White every time.
It
It doesn't matter where he's at. If he's guarding the corner, Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves, send me a pick. Let me get that man over there.
that's just what LeBron does anyway. Even when Curry was guarding him, he wasn't shooting it the whole time. He was getting him in the post and then just looking for a kick out. That's what he does. He waits for the help.
Yeah.
But I think obviously if they played Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown would be the one guarding him.
Yeah.
Initially.
But it's always talked about when it comes to Curry and players like LeBron, it's you're not really looking to stop them. You're looking to just hopefully slow them down and make them uncomfortable.
Right. So we have Jaren Jackson as the defensive player of the year.
Mhm.
Are you okay with that?
I'd like to see his stats in comparison for the whole year because I know there was a scandal with
That's the whole point that I'm
yeah,
rolling my
there
eyes
was
to.
that, it seemed the numbers that I found from midway through the year, they were so scaled at home to where I was like he's a good blocker, but is he really like 2-3
It's great.
game?
They brought it up and didn't really do anything about it.
No, they didn't.
They didn't say anything
It
about like
swept
going
right
back
under
and
the rug.
looking like. But like I seen some clips on like Twitter and it's just like
No one talked
it's
about
not
it.
even his block and not
No.
even touching it. It's just, dude, I don't know. I mean, again, he is a great defender. Like
No,
you
he
can't,
is, he
like,
is.
hold him back from that. But man, I don't know.
I feel like he doesn't he like lead the league in fouls per game and all that too. Like how I don't understand how you can like being a good defender is being able to guard without fouling and stop your opponent from scoring with a steal or block or just a good defensive possession. And if you're fouling out of games, like almost every game,
Yeah.
like how do you? I don't understand.
So
that.
who would you choose out of like the first team?
I mean, I can't. Out of the first team, let's see. We have
Yeah, it was Mobley, Caruso,
Brook
Triple J,
Lopez.
Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez had a good season.
Dude,
but
I
Brook
honestly
Lopez
thought
would
that
have
he
got
should
my
have
vote.
won.
if I feel like they should have a defensive player for the front
And
court
Drew
and the
Holiday.
Yes.
back court.
Drew Holiday was the other one too.
For the front court and the back court.
I do agree with that.
Brook Lopez had a great front court
Dude,
season.
he
as a
was
defender.
great. I mean, talk about like someone who totally changed the way that he plays
Yup.
throughout his career.
Mm-hmm.
He was disgusting down low, and then
Yup.
all of a sudden gets this 3-point shot. If only Robin can do that, maybe he gets some burn. But
I don't
Dude,
know how he's gonna stay in the league.
the thing is,
Robert.
like,
He's barely in it.
I've had so many arguments about Brook Lopez, and my friends are like, dude, if I want to switch it, who would I rather have guarding me, Giannis or Brook Lopez? I'd rather have Brook Lopez. I'm like, all right, but Brook Lopez also had like a game with like 7 blocks multiple times this year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like, can he guard the one?
No.
Right.
But it shouldn't
not what
take
they're asking
away.
him to do, though.
Exactly. It's just like if he's in the paint, you're not gonna go into the paint.
Yeah.
No.
he's pushing
My
the
thing
shit.
with Brook Lopez was if you told someone 5 to 10 years ago that Brook Lopez would be an all defensive player and Dwight Howard would be playing in Taiwan, no one would believe you. No one would believe you, but this is reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the facts, man.
He didn't even take a 3-pointers for 7 years in the league. Didn't take one. And now he's shooting 35% every year.
Yep.
Just evolved his game.
We're in a world where Dwight is over in Taiwan
Yep.
playing basketball,
And then the rest of them are in
and Brook
Puerto Rico.
Lopez just
Brook
He
Lopez
turned
is
to
a
a-
defensive.
he turned from a
Yeah,
post
player of the
scorer.
year.
DeMarcus Cousins in Puerto Rico and
Yep.
Dwight Howard in
Hey.
Thailand, and then what do
Hey,
you
no,
got?
but no, I was about to say I just seen a post about Dwight Howard living his best life actually.
yo.
Like,
No, he
they-
is though. He
He's
is.
over there
He's happy.
speaking. I don't know what like some Asian language, but listen,
Dude, he was just like he was in a 3-point contest there.
Yeah.
That's like Robert Sacre.
Listen,
in
he's
that
over
dunk
there-
Contest in
Oh
China,
my
right?
god.
you
Yeah,
seen that
he's
meme
balling.
of Kobe and Shaq? Dwight is
Uh,
over there, Shaquille O'Nealing over there, like
Bro,
Oh, he
I mean,
is.
as he should.
God.
He's
Yeah.
like he's a top 75 player.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
should have.
He is.
he's over there in the 3-point contest over there. That's crazy. Like
Literally,
we don't
the
even
same-
allow
literally,
him to
like I
shoot
said, it's like literally
over
like
here.
Robert Sacre in the dunk contest.
I
Like, what
mean,
are
I
we doing?
think we're gonna have Dylan Brooks go against him in the 3-point contest next year.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
how do you feel about him? being
Dylan Brooks is
second
getting
team?
signed over there soon.
How do you feel about him being second team?
Absolutely, hell no. Dylan Brooks.
I
He's
mean-
so listen.
I mean, I think he just got a lot of flack.
Come the fuck
during,
on.
during like towards the end of the season into
He's
the
a
playoffs.
good defender.
He wasn't. But
No.
he was. But when you think about, it, he was the one guarding other teams' best players.
He's a good defender.
Yeah,
He's a
I
good
mean, at the
defender.
wing,
that
you
is
have
true.
to. They don't have many wings over there at all. So
Taking
They
a
have
player,
to.
take a player, LeBron beating his ass because it was personal. Let's just be honest.
I mean, we
LeBron-
didn't get to see him guard anybody else in the playoffs because they out in the
Well,
first
yeah,
round.
but think about regular season. Dude, he was a good defender in the regular season. Like, he was
But okay,
guarding
he's a good
lot of
defender,
good
right?
players.
Okay, that's his best thing to do, right? That's
It
I
is.
guess, I
He's-
guess it's
he's a
just
good
like
defender.
seeing it now, like how he played in the playoffs. Like it kind of just seems somewhat ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like I can get that part.
But over Vando though,
I mean, I think the thing is like again, like
and
He
Jaden
was-
McDaniels.
like when he was on the Lakers, he became a lot better defender.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's always been a good defender, but it's just like when you come to a team that's
Big market.
highly, yeah, exactly. So it's just like
Mhm.
you get more notice. I mean, it should never be that way, but that's just
It's the
honestly
reality.
how it is.
Yeah, I think another underrated defender that we didn't talk about yet is Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, dude, he's on the
He
rise
really
for
picked it
sure.
up.
I mean,
defensively this
again,
year.
like next year he should probably make a second team all defense. I would expect him to
hmm
because he just has a straight killer mentality. I mean,
Mhm.
like, dude,
He reminds me of Dwayne Wade a lot on both sides of the ball. just I feel like
Even stronger too.
yeah, he put on a lot of weight too. He's a
I
man
I
now.
see a mix of like D Wade and Jaylen Brown in his game. For
Jaylen
sure.
Brown.
Yeah.
Especially because like so here's the thing like I say like about Jaylen Brown like there's only a certain amount of people that like or have this like superstar like to their name, but also like there's always one thing that you could pick out from these superstars, and it's they have one spot on the court that they can consistently get you a bucket.
Yeah.
So I think like if Anthony Edwards can find a spot where he can just consistently get a bucket, I think he's gonna be an absolute problem. I mean, that had nothing to do with like the defense, but I'm just like thinking about it in a way like with Jaylen Brown, right? You see him pull up from the free throw line. How many times does he miss that?
Never really.
Probably like never. Most likely never.
Yeah, he's hitting that.
And then you think of LeBron on the fuck you three.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, that's a
Kevin
shame.
Automatic.
Durant anywhere from the free throw line as well. And
Yeah,
then also
on the
De'Aaron
inside.
Fox also from the elbow too. That's what created like him to become such a better
De'Aaron
player.
Fox from the elbow. That is the most stressful shit because it's like you stop him from driving to the basket, then he just does a turnaround from the free throw jump shot. And
Exactly.
Dude, that's Brunson shot too.
There's
That's
like
Brunson
no
shot.
stopping
So
that shit.
that's so when you think about like there's
Yeah,
always
Brunson
one
does the same
shot
thing.
that really can just create your game to like such a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's like why I think Anthony Edwards, if he's going to be a superstar, which he will be. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been very like I would take him 10 out of 10 times in that draft, first overall.
Yeah, yeah,
Regardless,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
the perfect fit for him to be in Minnesota. But
You think it's still a good fit for him?
I do. But I mean, let's see. Like Knicks fans keep talking about Cat.
I mean, I did yesterday. I had
Oh,
to
you
do-
want Cat? Oh, for Julius Randle, I seen that.
I want.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I had
who
it.
wouldn't-
I
Who's
had
doing that
who
though?
wouldn't want?
I had a 3-team.
Mm.
We get Cat.
Oh shit.
Randall goes to Minnesota. Mitchell Robinson goes to Dallas.
Dude, I've been saying for him to get the hell out of there.
Mitchell Robinson goes to Dallas, and we take in Christian Wood. Christian Wood plays the 4. Cat plays the 5.
You get Christian Wood and Cat for Mitchell Robinson?
And Randall.
It's not happening.
But
Christian
how
Wood's
does
a,
that work?
Christian Wood is going
Yeah.
to be an impending free agent, so he'd be a sign and trade.
Okay.
Randall makes 27, and
Wait,
Cat makes
what
35.
does the Mavs get out of this? Mitchell Robinson, that's it?
Yeah, but
Fuck
they're
no.
they're also
They're
losing.
not doing that, bro.
Christian Wood's leaving. You're getting either nothing for him in free agency, or you're
But
signing.
I think the
him.
problem is that comes down to Luca. What
Yeah.
his problem is. I mean, everyone thinks like he might dip, but it's just like let's calm down.
I mean, they have no
Mhm.
paint.
They
They,
have
have no
nothing
paint
else to talk
defense
about.
though. They need the paint defense.
Yeah,
don't-
but this is the one problem that I always had about Mitchell Robinson. Like he shoots. I have this
Oh, no,
conversation
I know.
with my friends
I know what you're gonna say.
all the time about shooting good from the field, but again, is he shooting?
No,
He's
he's
just
not.
dunking, catching lobs.
2
and
to
shit.
4 shots a game, right? He's
Yeah.
just getting lobs, and I didn't.
He's
never see him
airballed
in the
3
play-
free throws in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the problem. He shoots like 50% from the free throw line. This is why I say
That's
that
not a good year.
I will take Rob Will over him any day.
Oh, I would
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I would too.
But again,
Rob Will's
you know
motor
what
is
and you
just
know what
way-
he does? He
doesn't have a
shoots. He
motor.
shoots almost 80% from the free throw line. If that.
And
like,
Mitchell Robinson, he's always like, I don't watch a lot of. I watch Knicks games, but I feel like he's always bitching.
I
He's
watched every
and
Knicks
like,
game.
and I don't feel like he's
I watched every
that
Knicks
much of a
game.
defender at all. Like he
I mean,
grabs boards.
he definitely is a threat, but again, like the whole thing, like, but now like it makes it seem worse because he also does, but like injuries,
Oh,
just constant injuries.
He's always injured.
yeah,
but
that too.
again, it's just like
He's always limping.
you can't have him at the end of the game because he can't hit a
He
free
can't hit a
throw.
Yeah.
So you have
He's not-
Hardenstein
definitely not.
playing these minutes. So he's not
Hardenstein,
awful.
Hardenstein's not okay.
He's not
He's not
awful.
okay. He's not okay.
But again, like it's just like you got to hit your free throws, or else you can't be in the end of the game. And then they have no defense on the interior. So
Yeah,
it's like,
Hardenstein's not awful, but
He can't play.
at the end of the game, you would like to have somebody better at that.
You'd like to have someone who
in
can
the
block
game.
a shot.
and
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's just like the Celtics can have Robert Williams in crunch time because they don't have to worry about him missing free throws.
Yeah, I could definitely see him like a good match with the Celtics for
But
sure.
the reason for my trade beginning was Cat's a headache in Minnesota. Randall's a headache. It just seems like you're trading one person's mistake for another. And in terms
Wait.
of salary, it works.
Yeah, at the same time though, no matter what we say about Cat is still one of the best bigs in our
Yeah,
league.
but I mean, they did say they want to build.
Probably the best big.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could definitely build with the both of them. Like it's not.
My thing
not
was-
a problem.
It's harder with
With who?
Gobert there because you cannot move him. You
Dude, he is-
cannot move him. He is
That is the shittiest
Talk
contract
about
I've ever seen in my
no
life.
bag, bro.
Which contract?
Rudy
Yeah,
Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Oh,
He ruined every NBA trade in the future.
Yeah.
That trade made it so difficult to get anybody in that offseason
Bro,
ever since then.
Yes.
It's
Just
impossible.
fucked
to
up
make
the
you know-
sense.
market.
You know what? Like,
Bad.
he is just like, I don't get how he was continually like an all-star.
He just keeps fucking up the league.
Dude, but
He started off with COVID.
This is so bad, dude.
Started off with COVID,
bro,
and now he's fucking up the market, bro. Like, I don't know, bro.
yo, like tell me, like,
and he doesn't do shit. Like,
how did he even like become like an all-star? Because his offense is god awful. Dude, I have better.
they had to. They had. Listen, you know why?
That is
they
a
had
fact.
to because. No, Jazz, they were like the number 1 seed, number 2 seeds for a couple years, so they felt bad. They had to give it to him. They couldn't just keep giving it to Donovan Mitchell, even though this guy doesn't do shit on offense. He's just a defender. He just protects the paint.
He's
to be
so
specific,
he's so flat-footed.
he can't
looks
guard.
So,
Listen,
like,
he can't even guard the post. He's just a weak side shot blocker. That's all he is.
If there was no defensive
And
3
he
seconds,
grabs
he'd be the
boards, too.
greatest player in NBA history.
Facts, bro. Like, oh my gosh, I hate watching him play.
Dude,
bro.
he really has
And he's
no
like-
bag. He really has nothing on offense.
And,
he can't contribute other
Listen,
than a lot.
he bitches too.
Oh yeah.
Way worse than
Oh,
Mitchell Robinson.
He
Oh,
has
no.
no touch.
Oh no,
At all.
Kyle Anderson just bitched him.
I love slow-mo.
I love how Kyle Anderson
Not
just
like a
told
game.
him.
Slow-mo is so tough.
Took
He
a
is
punch.
so tough. And his
Nah,
jump
his-
shot is so broke too, but it's
It's
Yeah.
so
so
funny.
ugly. His game is
Nah,
so
that last
gross
series,
to watch.
he had a terrible series.
Yeah,
but
he wasn't playing too well.
So my question for both of you, well, all three of you guys, like after this semifinals, like whatever team get eliminated, what do you think? Like if this happens, where the Nuggets win the series, Lakers win the series, Sixers win the series, and the Heat win the series. What do you think the Suns need to do to get better?
damn, they just counted out the Celtics. Huh?
he's just going by like.
No, I'm just going
the leads.
hypothetically. Like if
Okay.
if things happen, if they lose, if the teams that lose, if the Suns, Knicks, Celtics, and Warriors out the playoffs, what do you think those teams need to do for next season?
Where do you want to start?
Oh,
You
God.
want to start with the Knicks?
I would say start with the Knicks.
Well, you know my hatred of Randall, so I'll go with Randall. I'll go with my stats from yesterday, Chris. You're gonna have to hear it again. Randall, since the NBA ABA merger of all-star players, by a star, I'm defining it as 15 more
Look at the
shots a
camera when
game.
you say this.
15 more shots a game. Randall is the worst player in NBA history statistically.
Oh my God.
The worst. He shoots under 32% from the field in the playoffs in his career. He's awful.
The only reason I know that he was playing so bad during the season is because when Russ was with the Lakers, they were like fighting for the Warriors' field goal percentage in the league throughout the whole year.
And the thing with Randall is when he doesn't play good, he doesn't track back. He'll turn the ball. He turned the ball over 7 times and he fouled out last game.
All right. Well, last game was ridiculous. The fouls that were called
No.
in that game were unbelievable. Especially the one on Hart when it was just like in the corner. He didn't even touch it.
There were 2 or 3 on Hart
Oh.
where I just threw my hands up and said, I don't know.
But again, it just also came to them not making buckets either. If I'm being honest.
No, it did.
But again, Randall has been awful in the playoffs specifically. In the
Yes.
regular season, he's been good. But it's just like
This is the MO
but
I've
it's like,
seen, though.
but you got to make it to the playoffs and make some runs if you want to be an elite player, you know. And it's just like I had something
To answer
that
your
was
question,
totally-
I kind of like what you're saying about Cat and Christian Wood. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they need some bigs that can stretch the floor out, but I don't see Cat or Christian Wood helping you on the defensive end. I would say find a guy that can do both, grab you boards. That's a lot to ask for, but
My reasoning for it was you're selling Randall. He's almost like a used car at this point. You're selling him at like the lowest value he'll ever be at.
I think another thing to bring is like I had seen a stat a little while ago. It was about because like we're talking about Randall being off in the playoffs.
Mhm.
So it was like with the scoring leaders in the regular season to have the worst 2 playoff seasons by points per game has been Joel Embiid. This year and last year by points per game in the playoffs, he's been the worst from a scoring title winner.
what?
So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like, when you
'cause-
think
oh,
about
yeah,
it, like I
I seen
mean, I
that.
get it. He's been getting hurt. He's been playing great. He literally the Sixers could not miss in this past 2 games. But
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been,
well, let's stick with the Knicks right now.
he's
Okay, like the
kind of been turning up a little bit.
I think the Knicks have the potential because I was looking through all the draft stuff, which we'll talk about next week on the podcast.
Mm.
Is there's that possibility where they can get that 11th pick because the
Yep.
Mavs have that pick and they're projected to get the 10.
Yep.
But if it is outside of the top 10, they could get that pick, and that pick can be very vital
Oh yeah.
to getting a superstar or at least
a solid
star.
contributor.
Exactly, to their team. I think that they also had another one in the first round too, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. So if they have 2 first rounders, they have some movement. I mean, you could move Randall with one of those picks.
You can move up. You can move and get like a considerable pick.
Because the thing is,
Or a star player.
I hate like waiting for the lottery when like it pisses me off because I just want to know already. You know what I mean? But like it kills me because it's hard to like make mocks and all this stuff and like
it is.
just think about like what type of trades can come along and all this stuff. But dude, I think that the Knicks can really make a good move. I saw that Josh Hart's going to decline and then make an extent like make a better deal, which is great. I love that.
What's Randall's contract looking like?
I think he has.
It's not good.
I know he's getting paid a lot, but
see that was
how many
the
more
thing
years?
too. I always say like
he just got re-upped. Like,
it was 2 seasons ago that he got re-upped.
He's till 25, 26. Got a player option for
that contract.
32.
I don't know if anybody's gonna want that contract, but
he has 25 next year, or to 28 next year, then to 30, then to 32 and a half.
It's not looking good.
It's not.
It's not looking good. I don't know.
Not.
It's just that his game is hard to fit with certain teams because he is pulling like 7 threes a game.
Yeah, and like I feel like if there was one more year on his contract, then it would be easier to throw in the pick and get him off your hands. But 3 more years with that, I don't know, man.
He's
I don't know.
So frustrating.
So, all right, if we move over to the Suns, like Chris said, if they were to lose, what are they looking like next year?
But what much do they have, like again, like they were one of those like
they have like no more picks left.
They had like a good deadline, but again, it's just they're paying KD, they're paying Devin Booker. I mean, CP3 is still kind of around. I don't know how his contract is looking like. I think it's almost expired. It might be a free agent this offseason, but they need bench depth.
He's got a partially guaranteed.
I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I would trade Ayton because I feel like you need to trade Ayton because like the style that they play, what they're trying to do, you need like a Mitchell Robinson, Nick Claxton.
I was gonna say
Mitchell
Robinson. I was honestly gonna say they need like
him.
a Robert Williams type of like an explosive center or something.
I don't know. I don't know what's
we
the hype
say
about
Capella.
Mitchell Robinson and DeAndre Ayton, they're kind of like the same exact player to me.
Nah, because
I think DeAndre Ayton's touch
look,
around
he
the rim
gets
is
so much hate.
better.
I love DeAndre Ayton's game. He does
like
not
his-
get the rock.
I like
There's
his
so many
game.
times, like in the finals, he was
reminds me of,
that game 1. He had a great game
David
1.
Robinson.
He just stops getting the ball.
A little bit.
Who?
A little bit. David Robinson,
To who?
DeAndre Ayton. Just like style of play. He's not at that level. DeAndre Ayton, like his mode, he doesn't have a motor.
Not as good as a defender or.
No, hell no.
I mean, I guess
Nowhere
like when
near.
it just comes to getting into the post and getting a bucket short, like again, I just don't think like Ayton's getting enough opportunity there.
Yeah.
I genuinely like DeAndre Ayton's game.
What do you think his ceiling is?
Well,
20 and 10? I don't see him
Yeah.
going to
right
get
now-
20.
That's pretty much what he's at.
He's put up some big games.
No,
we looked
like-
at his career though.
yeah,
He's
20 a game?
he's been this like 16 to 18 and 9 guy all 4 years.
yeah. So it's not like he's a bad player. I
No.
just think his style.
I don't think you can call a
doesn't
play
fit
up for
with
him
the
and play
Suns,
through him
what they're
all
trying to
season.
do because you have KD and Booker.
Yeah.
You have 2 scores. Ayton is not going to get the rock as much because it's a guard-heavy league.
They need a rebounding dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He just doesn't fit their place. I'm not gonna say he needs his own team because I don't think he's that big yet.
No, he need to go to a team where they have guards where they can
Trade him
bring
for
a decent
Gobert.
amount of scoring, but
Gobert.
he can cook
It'll be the
too
same
where he
fucking
can
thing,
get
I think.
like a 15 to 10,
Mhm.
16 to 10 a game that can add on to a team that's struggling a little bit offensively. Like the Pacers could
Well,
be
that
a good.
was the whole thing, and then they matched. The Suns matched, and that's why he went back to the
was the
Suns.
Pacers.
Yeah.
Literally was the Pacers
Imagine
too.
Ayton and Miles Turner together.
No, Miles Turner shouldn't have been on the team if they did that, though.
He would have gone in the sign and trade to Phoenix, which honestly would have fit Phoenix perfectly. He's a big who
Miles
can
Turner?
stretch and block shots.
I feel like for the Suns, they have a lot of shooters. So I feel like they do better with a guy like DeAndre Ayton or Gobert.
But they don't give him the ball though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
No, I'm saying, like,
he's so
fit-wise.
talented down low, and he has that whole paint. He is very good from down there.
Yeah.
And then they just stop feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
I mean,
like,
sometimes he looks soft out there too, though. You can't
I
just blame
think
it all
he's just
on
like
Monty.
very like like down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
Yeah.
like you got KD and Devin Booker on your team.
Yeah, there's no
You're never
leadership.
getting the ball.
The leadership in there is
You're
not.
never getting the ball.
You're not getting looks. Like very limited plays are drawn up for him.
But I think the biggest problem like is not DeAndre Ayton. It's their depth. They don't
Yeah,
have the
absolutely.
best depth. Like they're literally playing Josh.
I would say
Landale
I was saying that
and-
as soon as the trade happened, like you got rid of everybody, like no Cam Johnson, no Mikal Bridges,
Yep.
and then like no Jay Crowder. You got rid of
Josh
a lot.
Okogie's playing very strong minutes for them. Like that's how down bad,
I'm not saying
honestly.
he's
And
like a bad player,
he's
but
kind of
it's
like an Andre Roberson. Like he's a defensive guy. He doesn't really give you anything
But
offensively at all.
who's gonna like if Devin Booker's in foul trouble, right? And like let's say like KD also too. Like
It was
who's-
Landry Shamet.
You gotta-
Landry Shamet
I
was
know.
taking
Or
shots at
Cameron
us.
Like,
too.
what
Payne.
are we doing? Like it's
That's
like,
what I'm
are we
saying.
doing?
Yeah, you got to rely on.
They had
rely on
Terrence
that.
Ross played 23 minutes last
You
night.
seen like the past 4 seasons with Landry Shamet?
Yeah,
It's
I did
He's
see
getting
that.
every
moved
second
around, right?
no every second round the team that he starts with in the
Yep.
beginning of the year gets knocked out in game 7 in the
Yep.
second round.
He's like cursed.
I mean, dude, the Nuggets look great. I'm very surprised that they could look like a championship team, but I still don't buy it just because it's just
It's
like a
the
certain
Nuggets, yeah.
feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't buy it because of who they'd have to go up against before they get there,
Mm,
and it's Anthony Davis.
yeah,
Yeah.
And Anthony Davis is looking like he's mad
he just needs
that
to stay
he's
healthy,
not on
bro.
any
It's-
of these defensive teams or
He was,
being considered for
he was a
defensive player of
snub.
the year.
I
And
mean, he was an all.
he's showing this playoff that he is the best defender in our league.
Mm.
Easy.
No, he was
when
a great
healthy.
defender for sure. I just think that it sucks because you could say the injury part, but that was like the whole thing about like that's why he didn't get an All Star because
Mhm.
he had too much missed time. But him and Jaren Jackson missed the same amount of games
Yeah.
at that point. And he
But you
did
can
go
say
over.
that their record was way better, and we barely made it to
Yeah.
the play-in and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, part of that's LeBron's injury too,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but you could also say Ja was out, so
But hey,
it's a whole thing.
I'm okay with all that.
Yeah.
It looks like LeBron has no All Stars. It looks like he has no help. So when we win the ring, we can say that LeBron had no help this
Delusional.
season.
Only the most
Delusional?
well-rounded team LeBron's ever had.
Low
So-
key, but
Well, yeah.
the
like,
awards don't say that.
yeah, I mean,
So I'm okay
well,
with
like sticking to that, like now, like to like the Warriors that they lose, like I don't even know like what else they would have to do. Like
it. Like, where do they go from here?
exactly, like they've had consistent young talent, and just like because like they've literally had an awful year with so many injuries, and then they get all this talent coming in.
Mhm.
Like I think still losing James Wiseman like still sucked
Yeah.
because like you could have got so much production from him, but again I just don't think he got the chance to
Yeah,
really prove
he didn't.
himself. And dude, like their depth is like very good as well.
You think they have depth?
I think they have
Yeah.
their depth is just really young. Like the fact that
I
they're-
don't feel like they have a good. They don't develop their young talent good at all. I
no,
feel like they
because
just
they
not
just
really.
let
They
them
just-
sit on the bench.
yeah they just
Like
look
Jonathan
at they look at
Kuminga has
Draymond,
consistently
Steph.
been said to play. Like,
Yeah,
he
they
should
don't
play.
not try him at all. Like I feel like he could be a really good defender.
I mean, you wait and see Lester Quinones. He's wearing the street clothes. I don't know if you know about him, but he's a dog. He was the point guard for Memphis, and he was killing G League this year. Like pulling, like bro, like
Mm.
like you know how Jordan Poole was like when he was in the G League and then like going crazy and starting like that's exactly what's gonna happen with him. I only know him because he's a Long Island guy.
He's a
but
point guard.
yeah, he's a guard. He played for Memphis. He's pretty good, but
Well,
I'm
he-
just saying like they have all these
Mhm.
guys like developing and like, but you're not playing them in
No.
any important spots in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Looney is great. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but again, it's
He's
just
great because he's doing exactly what Steph,
They just
Clay,
need- it's
Draymond
just
want him to do.
get my misses.
yeah.
But
Poole-
Get my misses.
see,
set
they're
picks.
not gonna play guys like. I mean, they have to play Poole, but they don't
Mhm.
like Poole play style
They
because
barely played him.
because Poole is
Yeah.
trying to get. He's not thinking about okay, let me find Clay and Steph every time down. Like no, he's out there trying to get a bucket from himself because he
Mhm.
can score. But they don't. I don't know.
You
Poole is
see-
not
he
a
could-
good.
You see that trade that Colin Cowherd made today?
Not what
He
he
made a
said.
mock. He's like,
Yep.
the Celtics and Warriors should make this trade. The Warriors will give up Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole for Jaylen Brown and Malcolm Brogdon.
Bro, he does not.
That
need
is
a
the
show.
dumbest
He
trade I
doesn't
have
need a
ever
show
heard.
at all, bro. What is he
Talk
doing?
about losing on a
One,
trade.
one of my
That
friends
the-
is a Colin Homer, and we literally had a talk, and I was like, dude, stop sending me
I had to
his
stop watching
NBA
the show.
takes.
There's no way that he agreed with that.
Oh, he agrees with all of them because he's a Homer. He agrees with everything. I said, please stop sending me
Dick
Colin
Ryan.
Cowherd
He's
NBA
He's
takes.
Fox, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the only
No,
show
he felt-
on
no,
Fox I
no.
do not watch.
He was at his peak when he was on Sports Nation, and then that
Yep.
was it.
Michelle Beadle.
No, bro, I can't watch him at all.
All I
'cause,
got, all I gotta say is, Ant, your homeboy is a dick ride for Colin.
No, he is.
Uh,
He
that
admits
shit
it
crazy.
too. He admits it too.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like I don't think moving away from Jordan Poole is the smartest decision. But it's funny, people were clowning my boy Jalen Brunson, and Josh Hart, coming over. Like, what's the point?
It worked out.
But no,
But again, yo, when you think about it, sorry, Chris, but Jordan Poole is making more money than Jalen Brunson. And
Yes, he is.
then you
He
talk and then
should
you
not.
talk about like Jalen Brunson was paid too much. I'm like, yo, like when Luka was out, he was balling.
Yeah.
He was totally taking over. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've watched him play at Nova every single game. I knew like how his game works, and like the thing that is also good about like the Nova guards is that coaches like guards that can also play in the post. And then you see that's how Jalen Brunson gets a lot of his buckets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Celtics should learn how to do a pump fake from Jalen Brunson because we just keep going at the lane and keep getting destroyed.
Nova,
But
you guys need to sign him, man.
bro,
I need him as a coach, man. He knows exactly what you guys are trying to do over there for
bro,
sure.
I'll be there in a heartbeat.
That, like Euro, like above, like little like floater
Mhm.
thing. It's actually automatic. I don't understand. Like he'll get slapped in the face and he'll make it. And I'm
Dude,
like,
that's the thing. Like,
how?
Who for Brunson, right?
Yeah.
like, cause like I was a post player like my whole life. Like I always be teaching like players like it doesn't matter how fast you move. Like you just gotta like be like inconsistent like with your moves and like what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
be like make them question what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
And that's
you
the
can't
thing.
go
Like
in
you
there
don't know what
and-
he's going to do.
Yeah.
Especially when he's down low. Like he's gonna post you up. He's gonna go one way, come the other, find it like a dish out for someone cutting the paint. Like he knows where his shots are. Like he's
Mhm.
like
The reverse layup he had the other night was probably one of the most impressive moves I've
the
seen.
Euro into the reverse layup.
Yeah, it was probably one of the more impressive moves I've seen watching an NBA
Mhm.
game in a serious minute.
Mhm.
I have no idea how he did it.
He's just a very like intelligent, like
Yeah, he's very
talented
My-
player.
crafty,
My doubts
strong.
when we got him were not as much the talent. Like I knew he was good. I was
It's just
familiar
that there
with
was the whole Donovan Mitchell thing going on
it.
too.
The Donovan Mitchell thing made it almost
Yeah,
seem
it's a
like
big name.
we
and all that.
did when we didn't get Katie and Kyrie and we ended up with Randall.
Hmm.
It was, yeah, but
Fuck.
It's like
No
see,
Zion.
see the thing is like
No, remember said they got Randall as like a Walmart Zion.
bro,
Yeah.
yo,
And then you got to keep him
Yeah.
again instead of
y'all two
KD,
are
Kyrie.
from New York, but yo, they would literally put on the newspapers like CP3 in like a Knicks jersey, like Kyrie in a Knicks jersey, KD in a Knicks jersey.
Yep.
So
It
funny.
wasn't
Never would happen.
no, these were serious leaks, and I didn't believe a single one
Mhm.
of them.
But I mean, see, this is crazy. We were just talking about the
I
Warriors.
mean,
now I'm on
you would
Jalen
think
Brunson.
that you guys can get a guy like that because you are the Mecca, New York Knicks, but
Well, I mean, I think that they will if Tom Thibodeau hits the hay because
He's a
loves
problem. No, he's a
Julius
problem.
Randle.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
There was an interview with
He needs to hang him up.
Reggie Bullock and Theo Pinson. They did an interview.
They were just clowning.
They were just clowning. They're like, anyone can get in trouble with Tibbs. And then under his breath, Theo Pinson goes, "Sup, Julius?"
yeah.
And they just, and like Neil Aquino was there too, and they all start dying. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm just sitting there like, I'm not laughing.
yeah.
This isn't funny.
Yeah,
This is reality.
Tibbs was always a guy that only plays his starters throughout the whole game, only shows love to his starters.
But that's another thing. He doesn't like to develop his young guys either.
Yo, listen.
Because that's why I like
he
Jericho
will
Sims.
keep his
he can give you the
old
same exact
guys
thing.
in the whole entire game. I don't know how
There was
the
a
fuck
Yo,
Taj Gibson
Yes.
was
bro,
still playing
all the time.
last
All
season.
the time.
He should have been on fucking
Taj
ESPN or something.
He should be
Talking
teaching like
about the
high
game.
school
Good
kids
morning.
how to play.
Like what?
There's-
Why is he in the game, bro?
There was a game against the
This
Cavs.
is not
Josh
the-
Hurt played
the
47
2010
minutes
Bulls,
and 20
bro.
seconds. Like,
No,
Tibbs
that shit was
doesn't
actually
care.
irking me, bro. Because there's actually great talented bigs in this league, but he's keeping Taj
Taj
Gibson,
Gibson.
45-year-old Taj Gibson, in like it's the
He was
Bulls
starting and playing 30 minutes.
trying to keep him in the game, trying to keep Derrick Rose in the game. Like,
And Jericho Sims was rotting in the G League. It
Bro,
made-
he's not even in the G League. He's just sitting.
well, when we had Taj.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I feel like he could be
But
decent too.
The thing is, like, dude, Texas produces some of the best
Best
centers
bigs.
that we ever seen, consistently, and he has just as like more bounce, obviously, than Mitchell Robinson.
Mhm.
They have
Probably the
they
most
have a
in the
very
league,
similar
up
skill
there.
set. That's why I keep saying to
Extremely.
like a bunch of my Knicks friends, I'm like, he has a very similar skill set, and if you just develop
more
him,
athletic.
you didn't even have to pay Mitchell Robinson.
Oh,
And you gave him 4 years.
I don't see how you pay a guy like Mitchell Robinson, DeAndre Ayton,
because
Rudy Gobert.
Dude,
They just run the floor, grab you boards, block shots,
dude, that's
pick and roll.
A lot of
You don't give him the
teams
ball in the
just
post.
Jump to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Like this is the thing with the Randall contract. He had one good year, and like now, like it's kind of like he could work on a contract now. I'm like saying to everyone, like, dude, you got to give him a second year before you give him that contract.
Yeah.
And then what? They give him the contract, and he had an awful year.
Yeah. No,
Well, I wouldn't say like awful, but it was not
down.
up to
Mid.
how he was
Statistically, it
playing.
was
mid.
down.
Because like then he came back this year, and it was like okay, but now look at him in the playoffs.
He's a
Nah.
ghost.
You know what? You know what I like? Not to be a homer, but I like what the Lakers do with they just recycle those shot blocking bigs. Like they give Dwight a minimum. Okay, you want to leave? We got JaVale. You want to leave? Andre Drummond. You want to
Well, they're
leave?
so replaceable.
Exactly. We get Mo Bamba.
DeAndre
We don't
Jordan.
pay those guys. We spend our money on
Shooting.
our guys,
Mo
our
Bamba wouldn't
wings,
be bad for you
our
guys.
guards and
He
stuff
wouldn't
like
be.
that.
Mo Bamba can kind of shoot.
Kind of.
He can shoot, but he
No, he can. No, he
no
can
he
shoot.
yeah, nah,
He
he,
can
he can shoot that shit. Yeah, he can shoot that for real.
Well,
But
coming out,
well,
come out,
he's
come out of
skinny
Texas.
as hell, and he's always hurt, and he's awkward
always
on the
hurt.
court.
Literally,
mad
his-
awkward. He
I
looks-
think you were about to say, but his player comp was AD.
Oh, you think so?
No, it was coming into the draft
Yeah, and
because
that was
he could
completely-
shoot.
Yeah,
But I
But-
don't know about that.
hell no.
All right, let's move on to the fucking
We're missing one
ones that
team
are
that
gonna
got
give me a stroke.
kicked out. Who are we missing, Chris? We're missing one team that got eliminated here.
Whoa,
Well,
whoa.
Well, not eliminated, not eliminated yet.
no,
Boston.
Hypothetically, well, I think for the Celtics, I mean, the only biggest thing that they worry is the Jaylen Brown. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well,
I
we'll
think-
find out today if he
He's
makes
getting
an
fed
all
up.
NBA. If he makes an all NBA team tonight, then we could give him that 290 extension.
And if he doesn't, sayonara.
All right, yo, if he does it, first of all, he should low key be first team all NBA.
Yeah.
We had a debate on him. I said he was a top 15
hold on,
player.
hold on a minute. First team?
Yeah, and he could also be considered. as a
Jesus
forward, too.
Christ!
Bro,
What?
There's not that many duos in the
First team?
Yo, there's only been a few duos in NBA history
I'd see
that
third.
have averaged over 25 points per game. Both of them, like MJ and not Robin, Pippen were on there. I can't like remember. I think Shaq and Kobe were on there also. Nash and Stoudemire, I think were one of them also. It might have been. I could be wrong, but
Listen, Pat.
dude, no,
Listen, Pat.
no,
I love me some Jaylen
No.
Brown.
no,
First team is kind of crazy
no, it's not.
for a wing position. Jaylen Brown.
I would
first
put
team.
well because he could technically be classified from both. But first of all, like
Let's talk
I mean,
about
it's gonna be Embiid, Giannis, and Tatum, right? And then Shea is probably gonna be the
For
first
front
one.
court? Oh, for the rest.
backcourt.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that leaves just the one position. So it's either are you taking Donovan Mitchell
Giannis,
or are you
Embiid,
taking
Tatum,
and then Shea,
Shea.
and then it's are you taking Donovan Mitchell or Jaylen Brown?
Shea.
Shea's a point
Shea
Whoa,
guard.
averaged-
I wasn't expecting that one. Shea.
We're gonna put
well,
Curry.
I mean he's averaging 31 points per game this year.
It's him or
seed
Curry.
Shea.
It's him or Curry.
Wait, they wasn't even eighth seed. They
I
didn't
mean,
make
that's
it
a-
into the play-in.
I mean, but that doesn't matter by an All NBA team though. I mean, it's just that's just an individual.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
they-
he's the only
feel like-
reason they even sniffed postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got some guys over there.
But they're
That
not.
rookie-
They're not ready yet.
They're not
not-
Shea. Yeah, I see that, but
But again, like what
Shea
you-
at first team's kind of a stretch.
but it's
too.
really like between Donovan Mitchell.
I'd put
and-
Jalen Brunson up there before Shea. Easy.
Not first team. I wouldn't say first team. I think he should definitely be on an All NBA team for sure. But
Yeah.
but again, like I would take Jaylen Brown over Donovan Mitchell for first team.
You take Jalen Brown over Donovan Mitchell for first team,
I would.
and you're saying Jalen Brown is a front court player.
I'm saying like because I think he could technically be classified as both a guard and a forward.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. Because like his whole career, bro, like they're like well he kind
Let's
of
see
is
what they got
playing
him at right now.
because they're kind of like playing him.
Because there's
at
players
the
that they do like I was saying yesterday.
Mhm.
They go up and
They
down.
start shooting guard and they play
Mhm.
forward as well.
This
but
NBC Sports article has Luca as the other guard.
Oh, they're dick riding.
A little bit. A little bit.
He does not deserve that whatsoever.
A little bit.
Like he should definitely be. Like I would see him on a 2 team. They don't even have.
They got Brown as a forward on the second team.
Brown is a forward.
And who is this?
I'm looking at him right.
NBC.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before. They
I've
had
never
him.
watched
They have him as a
basketball
guard
show on
slash
NBC.
forward. I've never.
Yeah?
They're just making shit up now, bro. Cause like
That's what he plays though.
No, it is.
I know, but like I've never seen guard slash forward when you go to look
Because-
somebody's position up.
No, because
they
the
have to
thing.
put one.
Because the thing is that
That's like unfair.
He would
now.
only play the 2 if it was like Smart, him, Tatum, Rob Will, and Al Horford.
Yeah.
But now Derek White is in the starting lineup, so he's the 2.
Listen, I'm not putting Jaylen Brown on my first team. Not Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. We have a Celtics fan over here, obviously.
He has to be second team then.
Obviously, we have a Celtics
Dude,
fan.
I'm a Knicks fan. I believe Jason Tatum kind of deserves it.
I can see him on a second or third team for sure. But
no, if he's on third team, there's some people that need to be talked to. It's first or second.
I would almost argue. I would definitely say he's a top 15 player. I think you could argue him as top 10.
You got him over Booker. All right, so let's say he's a guard. You got him over Booker.
Yeah.
You got him over James Harden.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I would because I'd say that I would put him because I would put him first team. So technically, I would. Luka's year wasn't as good as people. Like, he was a solid. Like he had a good year, of course, but it's just like.
Luka.
I would say this. The only reason why I would see Luka get first team because of the popularity contest.
That's the problem.
That's the thing. A lot of these all NBA, all first team, all second team, all third team is always off the popularity. Now, Luka don't get first team. I mean, I believe he's second team this year because I mean his team really squandered their playoff chances. I mean between Donovan Mitchell and Jaylen Brown did perform a lot more.
I got you right now. De'Aaron Fox should be on the team above him. Easy. Ja Morant, easy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I would say Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant is not going to be on first team.
They're both easily the best players on their team, and they're both second and third team.
You can make the usage argument for all of these guys. Jaylen Brown's not getting. No one's getting the usage of Luka. That alone is its own conversation. Jaylen Brown's not. He takes like 10 less shots than Tatum per game. Yeah, they asked miles more
less
efficient.
of Jaylen Brown than De'Aaron Fox and Ja Morant. So
and
I would say that
as good.
Those guys are. He may be as good, but he didn't play as good.
Jaylen Brown has been consistently underrated his whole career.
Yeah.
His whole career.
Oh yeah, I actually think he's better than Jason Tatum.
And that's crazy.
I don't think that's so crazy.
I had that talk with my friend who's a Celtics fan. We said they're equally on. We came to a conclusion they're equally on par.
Yeah, it's just again people just can't see. This is the thing. They just start talking and people make up stuff, right? Because like everyone's saying that we were shopping Jaylen Brown for KD. Brad Stevens said straight up that they were not doing that. It's just people just making stuff up, and everyone's just like, "Yo, Jaylen Brown's leaving. He's pissed." He's not pissed. There's times where he probably should be getting the rock more, sure, but it's just like, why would he leave such a good situation when he could get a lot of money and play with people that he's been playing with? It's the best chance that he has.
But I feel like
why would he go play for the Rockets? Why would he do that?
Yeah, no, the Rockets doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But Jaylen Brown has been playing under Jason Tatum. Like he's been playing in the shadows of Jason Tatum, and I'm tired of it. Jaylen Brown is as good or even better of a player than him, and Jason Tatum gets all of the love.
Yeah, it's stupid. No, I agree. No,
I fucking hate it. So I'm tired of seeing Jason Tatum on my TV all the time.
Because even
not Jaylen Brown.
When he had that bad game, right? The game they'd be like Jason Tatum.
Which one?
Which one? No. Because I brought stats today, so you're not doing this. So,
bro, listen, talk to me,
when
bro.
he was in foul trouble,
I'm tired of Jason Tatum.
Listen. So the game that he had 7 points when he was in like foul trouble, like they instead of bringing up Jaylen Brown stats, they're like Jason Tatum tonight. It's just like someone needs to give him like they're not on Twitter, like they're not giving Jaylen Brown any love, and it's stupid. And it just makes it look like we hate him, but it's just how everyone keeps showing them on social media.
Jaylen Brown is as good an offensive player of Jason Tatum. I feel like he's more clutch. And I feel like he's levels better than Jason Tatum defensively.
Yeah, that's not the defense. Easy. I don't think is Tatum's a better defender than people give him credit for. I'll say that he is a better defender than people give him credit for.
He's not Jaylen Brown.
He's not Jaylen Brown.
He's not Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown.
I think Brown
may be the best wing defender in the league.
Well, I think that Jaylen Brown playing up on Harden is really showing that. To be honest, because like he's playing him like full court. So
I was saying this before this series.
Yeah.
But again,
the non-casuals
I think it's just the thing is that both of their games are totally different. Both the way that they play is not the same. Because Jason Tatum is definitely like shiftier, right? He's a shiftier player, especially when he gets to ISO. He's doing cross like consistently. Jaylen Brown is more.
He's
of a blow
dribbling
by.
more.
He's a blow by, stop, turn around kind of guy from the free throw line.
Exactly. I feel like that's what you want than Jason Tatum just dribbling in your face and then doing a little step back.
but you could tell like if you watch both of them side by side, their game is not the same.
No, it's not.
But it's just that Tatum's is probably more like
pretty.
Exactly. It's just like they say with Josh Giddey, right? He doesn't do anything. He's just getting to it. Like, what does Josh Giddey do that's special that gets him buckets? Nothing.
Yeah, he's just a triple double.
So it's just it's just that Tatum is like a prettier player when it comes to his play style. But again, I really don't think that Jaylen Brown's going anywhere. Everyone is all talk, but like I'll shit on my team. So right at the end of in the fourth quarter.
Wait. Before we leave that.
No, I have stuff. No, I have stats.
What are the Celtics doing if you guys are, because you guys are facing elimination now?
Like, what are we doing? Game 6, you're saying?
You guys are facing elimination now. Like, we used to have these conversations about, the Lakers matching up with the Celtics, but now you guys are in a tough spot.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing Game 6?
You're in hot water. Like,
well,
I mean, not only what do you do in Game 6, but what does the Celtics look like if you guys are like what happens if you guys are done? Because no one thought you guys were gonna lose in this series.
I mean, I'll give you a full breakdown. I just made a TikTok how pissed I was, bro. So, like, I'll literally go with where I started. I'm gonna talk, bro. So
go ahead.
When
well, before you get started, just go ahead and follow Pat on TikTok. You'll see it right below him. We're gonna plug that in right quick for you.
Thank you, bro. Dude, I haven't posted in a little bit, but I'm getting back on it because the Celtics really pissed me off.
But now
they
continue
really
on the
pissed me
Celtics
off,
run.
bro.
Yeah,
Hold
go
on,
off.
So, bro, when like the bench kind of came in like towards the end, if you didn't turn it off already, but when the bench came in, we put in all like these shooters or whatever. Yep. So by that time, the Sixers shot 52% from the field and 41% from three, which is very good. Like it's not just about like our defense. Like they were hitting some tough shots. Like I'll give it to them. They hit some tough shots last game too. We shot 38% from the field and 27% from three.
Yeah, that's not gonna win you any
ball games. That is awful. We're so live and die by the three. We have good 3-point shooters, but again, like it's just we're really just relying on it. And like if we do hit those threes, it's obviously a total different game. But it's like when we're looking for an answer to stop their runs, we're just pulling up a three and missing. They're coming down, hitting a two, and then they have the pick and roll with Harden and Embiid. He's making a pull up, like, and then they're just Houdini when it comes to drawing a foul because they just know how to create a foul out of nothing. Yeah. And then again, like going to Jason Tatum, like getting a bunch of flack in the playoffs, like he is leading our team in points, rebounds, and assists. It's just that his efficiency is not good. Yep. That's the part that's getting just because everyone's saying that he's just been ass, and he's not ass. It's just way. It's just his percentages are not good. Like he's averaging just about 27 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, and 5.1 assists on 45% from the field.
Yeah, but if you're shooting 27 times to get 27 points, bro, that's
33%.
Anybody can do that,
which is awful.
That was my take on Tatum.
The one thing that he hasn't been doing well in this playoffs is the 3-point shot.
That was my knock on him in the regular season too, though. I think he needs to get back to where I thought he was best, which is in the mid range.
Well, I think he has definitely evolved as like getting to the hoop. Like if he gets to the hoop more, that's what really gets him started. But again, like we look last year, everyone was hating on him, but he was hurt in the finals. People don't want to talk about that part, but it's okay.
Tatum's just not that guy. He can't really shoot. I don't know why he's trying to join these 3-point contests during the All-Star weekend and stuff like that. He needs to join the dunk contest or something. Like, do something else. He's not a shooter. That's not his thing. It's not his MO.
Yo, Pat face.
It's not his
I'm gonna
thing,
go back,
bro.
I'm gonna skip over that.
Being real right now,
I'm gonna go back to he's not.
He shoots garbage from three.
He is that guy. He is that guy. We're just gonna.
He's that guy. Okay.
Well, I mean,
now that I'm looking at it, for the 2023 season, he has shot 33.3% from three on 8.7 shots per game.
He's taking too many threes a game, but he's still that guy. He's
no,
still a
bro.
top.
If you're shooting 30,
in the NBA.
if you're shooting below league average from three, you shouldn't be shooting 9 threes per game.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I don't care who you are.
Hold on.
I don't care who you are.
Hold on. Because you can't say that when LeBron wasn't the best shooter either. So you can't.
We're not talking about Bron right now.
No,
we're not talking about Bron right now. Wait. We're not talking about Bron.
No.
Bron is up 3-1 right now.
No.
That's not. Bron's doing just fine if you ask me.
We have to talk about it because
if you ask me, he's doing pretty good.
No, and then think about how young Tatum is. LeBron wasn't the best shooter.
Oh God, here goes
early
his young
He's
career.
shit.
19.
So,
Here goes his
yeah,
young shit.
he's 19,
He's been
bro.
young for the last 8 years, bro. Tatum is not that young
See,
anymore, bro.
25.
25.
See, I love how you trying to deflect.
But he
about
has
Tatum.
miles on him.
No, but
He has
see,
miles
no,
on
but
him like
see,
crazy, bro. He's
you-
been a
you-
starter
you're
since he's
trying to
gotten into the
deflect
league.
The fact that LeBron wasn't a good shooter either. Like he had to develop that over time.
I remember LeBron getting baptized by Jason Tatum his rookie year.
You know how that ended though, right? LeBron looked down on him like this and
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, let me close the series."
You know what's
out,
crazy?
man."
That was the last game that he won that postseason.
Bro, it doesn't matter. We packed y'all up. We packed y'all up though.
Swept out
Y'all
of
watched
those playoffs.
y'all watched the series from the crib. So that's all that matters, man. If you see us in the series with the Celtics,
You had
No,
just
you
as
know
many
that's
wins as us that
No,
year.
fuck that. We're
You
gonna
you know
talk
how,
about LeBron
if you
right
see us
now.
in a series with the Celtics, you know how it's gonna end.
All right,
Simple as that.
So let's talk about.
Well, no, I wasn't done with my Celtics rant yet.
No.
I wasn't done.
No. I just wanna school. I just wanna school Isaiah. Cause
Oh, yeah,
he's trying
school
to
me.
come
Talk
at
to me.
Tatum
Talk to
and
me,
whatnot.
bro.
So I'm defending you.
Yeah,
Pat.
listen to OG right now.
So
That's it.
I feel like let's look at right.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron never shot over 40% until his second to last season with the Heat. That's the only 40% 3-point shot he ever had.
Okay, so if you got LeBron shooting 40% from three, he's just unstoppable because he's doing
But look,
best. He's
We have
he's
29.
doing the best in every other
But how many
categories.
attempts a game though? Like it depends on the attempts. Like
Tatum is honestly a volume 3-point shooter at this point.
Okay, are we comparing
And
Tatum and LeBron right now?
Even
No,
last
that's what he
last
is,
year,
yeah.
this year.
Yo, Chris. All right, Chris. Tell me what you're trying to get out of here, bro. What are you trying to get at, bro?
No, because
What are you trying to say right now?
because he's saying that your boy is not him from three.
Okay,
But you're
you
saying
can't-
because Tatum is not shooting well from three means that he sucks.
I'm saying Tatum is shooting your team out of games.
No, but-
LeBron hasn't shot his team out of games.
Well,
Well, you didn't say that part before. You just said that he's not him.
Yeah, you just said he's not him.
You don't see LeBron shooting 9 threes per game.
What?
He's
And
smiling.
wait,
Oh, look at that
but
smile.
he's
Look at
not.
that smile.
He's not harming his
You're telling
team
me
by that
yo,
though.
Tell me, every time we see LeBron now, he's just standing here like this all the time and just looking to pass, and then you see him just like fucking do one. of
Pat!
these. Bro,
He can
he's
do
doing
that.
bro, what do you mean he can do that?
Bro,
Anyone,
we're up 3-1 right now, bro.
Nick Claxton
We're
can
up
do that
3-1.
too, and it still
Listen,
won't go in. It's the same thing.
Pat. You're worried about the wrong things. You guys are in an
See, here it goes
elimination
again.
game.
Yeah, see, and I
You need
wasn't
to
done with my.
you need to be worried about that.
I wasn't
You need
done
to
with
worry
my
about that, bro.
I wasn't done with my facts yet. I got
Like,
cut off by
I need some
LeBron.
facts that's gonna make me think that you guys are actually gonna win next game and not go home.
Okay.
I don't like
Do you not think
those.
they
If
can?
those facts are not gonna tell me that you guys are gonna win next game and not be at the crib
First of all,
thinking
you
about
asked
the
me-
lottery.
You
then
asked
I
me-
don't know what.
No, we don't even
I don't
have a
know
first
what's
round
gonna
pick,
be
so
over
I'm
there.
not worried about
That's
the
gonna.
lottery.
I don't care what's over there then, bro.
Bro,
Honestly.
no, because you didn't even let me talk about it yet. You didn't even let me say it. I was
ahead, Pat.
because you said, "What do we
Let's
need
hear
to
it, Pat.
do?" And I said, "All right, I'll tell you." And then I was doing stats because I was talking about how Tatum is getting completely underrated in this playoffs. Again, it was just that his shooting percentages haven't been good. His points per game and everything, he's leading the team in. And then again, going to Jaylen Brown, also averaging 25, 5, and 3 on 55% shooting and 47% from 3, which is also great, but he's always just been efficient because he's not shooting a high volume from 3.
Yes.
But I said the one thing that I think
pretty
that
good.
we should do, like, again, we were down 3-2 last year in the same situation against the Bucks. But again, we don't have Ime Udoka, which kind of shows because defensively we don't look the same. In the playoffs, we have not been the best. I think we've probably been the worst defensive team in the playoffs. You could probably fact check that, and I'd probably be right because it is disgusting. But I think it's not just
So
coming
it's the
down.
coach's fault. After this Celtics team has been together for how many years?
Yeah, but it's just still a different scheme regardless. But I think again, he can't control them making 3-pointers, and he can't control how hard they're playing on defense because they just
know what
look
he can
so.
control? Take the ball out of Tatum's hands, put it in Jaylen Brown's.
Well,
One guy is shooting great from the field, one guy is not.
Well, no, I totally agree that Brown should get the ball more. I think that too.
I thought you about to say LeBron
No,
shoot great on the
but-
field, anyways.
Oh
Another
God,
thing,
Chris,
like this is why, like I'm not like
ease up.
I'm not worried about like I'm always gonna keep hope regardless. I'm never gonna think like it's dead. Like Knicks fans to be like, yo, we just won game 2, we're winning the chip, and then it's game 3, we're like, yo, just blow up the season. You know what I mean? It's just like Jimmy Butler's 3-0
That's
against the
side
Knicks, by
talk,
the way.
dude. Side talk. Go.
Anyway, yeah, it's bad look. But again, it's just we're missing
I
something.
need some optimism,
We're-
Pat.
Well, I'm just saying we're missing something for sure, and it's just again like if we've been down in this situation before last year, this is a better team roster wise than last year's team was.
yeah.
That was easily.
That was
So
nice.
it's just like it's just the problems just come from the 3-point line, and I think just being aggressive on defense. But what I'm getting back at with when the bench came in, you see who was coming into the game? It was Peyton Pritchard.
Sam Hauser.
Yeah, Sam Hauser. Love him. It was Mike Muscala.
Luke Cornett.
And then
my God.
there was one more. But again, like we're putting
They
in
just
like
gave
guys.
up at
but-
that point.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. I don't know if you guys like turned it off, but like we like brought it back like within like 10 points. Like they were hitting some threes. So it's like, oh, if we're not making threes, maybe we should put in a 3-point shooter.
Sam Hauser should be playing.
That's what I'm saying. So
Sam Hauser
like,
should be playing.
oh, it was the other one was Grant Williams. He was in at the end, but he just like is guarding Embiid. It's just like, but I think if we just need someone offensively, if we're not making threes, we have all these 3-point shooters in street clothes like all game. Peyton Pritchard came into the game and actually gave some good minutes. That's why I said like on my video I was talking about how I think if he played more, Peyton Pritchard, he could be the one guarding Tyrese Maxey just because the way that they play is very similar. They could all score at all 3 levels. Like Peyton Pritchard could score at 3 levels. He's a very good. I'm not saying he does it as good as Tyrese Maxey whatsoever, but they could have similar play style. And Peyton Pritchard is also a very quick player too. So I'm saying
Pat.
like if it,
Pat.
bro, you're literally about to say that I think that Tyrese Maxey is on the same level as Peyton Pritchard, and that
No.
is not.
I didn't say that. I was just gonna say that you have like the best like group of guards in the league, and you're talking about putting in Peyton Pritchard over Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon,
But I'm talking
Derek White.
no, because I'm just saying when
Jaylen
it comes-
Brown.
well,
It's situational.
because it's just if we're not shooting good from 3, and if that's something that Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard do, and Mike Muscala, that's the reason why we got him was because he can make threes. He's I think he was the best center or big in Celtics history, technically coming in like with the best percentage shooting wise, other than Al Horford now. But again, it's just like we have all these guys sitting on the bench, and it's obvious what we're missing on offense.
It's Gallinari.
It's got it. Oh my gosh,
You're missing Gallinari.
I don't
Howard
know.
Wendell
I
Moran.
mean, I don't know if it would have been different, but again, it's really just a 3-point shooting, and it's aggravating seeing them just sitting on the bench when they played during the year.
Yeah.
And just like, why would you change it if we're struggling so much? We have 3-point specialists. That's all they do in the league.
Yep.
Like, that's the reason why they're there.
Mhm.
Put them in. You got to give up minutes somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks to give up minutes, but I mean, you're not going to take away from Brogdon's minutes. That's not happening.
It's gonna come out of Smart.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out of Smart a little bit, but I think Grant Williams should kind of just see his way out a little bit in Game 6. You know, because that's where you'll get more minutes too. Because I mean, he plays solid like defensively with Embiid. Like we didn't play him that whole first series.
Right.
It just wasn't his matchup.
Mhm.
Like I mean, he's like a little bit more gritty and like a guy that you would need to get you like a few good minutes. He could hit a shot or two.
Mhm.
But it's just if we're struggling in one spot, we have the guys to do it, and it's just I think like that would put us ahead in Game 6. Like that's what needs to be done. Is just playing hard and like again, Tatum had 45 points in Game 6 last year against the Bucks, and then we go ahead and blow them out in Game 7 at home. Not saying that we can't do that again. Different coach, different situations, but
Yeah.
put in some fucking shooters, bro.
Right. I feel really bad about your situation over there. How about we brighten things up a little bit and talk about a winning team?
Go for it.
Let's transition to the Lakers. Go ahead, Chris. What
Okay,
you say?
so we just gonna say it. So we're gonna make it quick. Cause like the game they play tonight, if the Lakers don't win tonight,
Scott Foster masterclass
do you
tonight.
think the Lakers should be worried if they don't win the game tonight against the Warriors?
As in, are you trying to say that the Warriors are gonna come back down 3-1?
I mean, hey, LeBron did it to them.
Well,
Could
dude, it's
karma
first
come
to
back?
4, bro. That's why I always say I don't even like to put that shit in my head, bro. Because I would. That's what always like pisses me off. Like I try not to look at anything. That's like I'm super superstitious like about that. But I mean, let me talk about the Lakers first. I don't hate on teams. I hate on certain fans. Sitting next to me. Nah, I don't hate that. But I'm just saying, like, I think the Lakers are like the moves that they made this year were like so vital. Like it was like the perfect moves that they had to make.
Mhm.
Like it would be interesting to see if they had that team to start where they would be at.
Mm.
But I think if they
Right
do,
where they are now.
like who Mike Green said that they should sit their starters game 5 and get them ready for game 6,
Bro, don't
which I
listen to
hate
those type
because
of
that just
people.
ruins like all momentum. I'm like so against like
Wait,
when a team is
So he said someone said to sit our players for game
Greenberg?
5 so that we can win
Green-
game
Yeah,
6.
that's
yeah, on Get Up, yeah.
How the
Like
fuck would we
Greenberg.
do that when we could just win now and just sit?
Because
Who plays around with the Warriors like that? What
It's-
the fuck?
No,
It's
I thought it was
ESPN.
very stupid too. I honestly thought it was stupid, but dude, again, I mean, the Warriors are the worst team, like one of the worst teams this year on the road.
Yeah.
They were they were second to last. There was 3 tied for last, and they were right there with them with like 11 wins on the road.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you shouldn't be too worried, because you have LeBron, obviously.
Pretty good.
But I think that if they lose game 5, I don't think that they should be too worried.
Nope.
Honestly, I'm curious to see how the Warriors play this one and who they actually end up starting. Because again, like they did start Gary Payton, which I thought was a good
move.
Yeah, I think that was
defensively.
better than what they did.
But I don't
With,
know. It might
Jermichael.
be it might be a little bit of a Jordan Poole night tonight. Maybe he has someone on the court side and got something to fight for.
Listen,
Warriors
I done
Ice
seen
it.
everybody at
no,
all
he-
these
yo,
games. I don't know who you bring out at this point. We seen Zendaya. We seen Kim Kardashian. We gotta go Beyonce now. What's gonna get Jordan Poole going, bro? I don't know. I don't know if it's the baddies anymore, bro. I feel like
He has no confidence right now. I think he
Listen.
knows that he's playing
Or
like
Clay
crap.
could go back to 2016 Clay when y'all and then
Dude, he could the thing with Clay, he could just rip like
Yeah.
a
Six
really
Clay?
good game out of
Yeah.
no, because you
he puts a
know
little fear in my
when
heart.
Clay when the game starts and he hits like a moving corner 3
He's
and then he
he's
hits
in the
another
next
one the
7.
next possession.
Yeah,
you're like,
he does that trot down the court like this. When he starts doing this, I know I'm in for a long game, bro.
dude,
I just know it.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
hope
Clay-
the Lakers win. I hate the Warriors. Like I hate because I mean not only like because they beat us in the finals, but just like they get away with so much. Steve Kerr's
Yup,
like
yup,
there was 4.
yup.
There was,
Pat, what? Change of heart. Oh
I
my
do,
God.
no, I
No,
never
I
hated
know
the
exactly what
Lakers.
you're
I
gonna
hate
say.
like I love like LeBron. Like I love LeBron. Like I never would bet against LeBron.
Talk about the picks.
But
Talk about
dude,
the picks.
Steve Kerr is like, yeah, I think that there was like 4 to 5 moving screens that were missing.
Come on now.
It's like they haven't built an
You're a
entire
king.
dynasty on moving
Bro,
screens.
Yeah.
That was my whole complaint throughout the whole finals is that they're consistently moving on their screens and
Nah,
they're
Steve
getting
Kerr's
one
a
of,
troll. He's a troll.
bro.
Draymond has
He's just
set,
as much-
Draymond
he's
has
just as much
set
of
a
a troll as-
legit
as I am.
screen his entire career.
That's
Yeah.
like that, yo. That's the problem I'm having with Sixers fans. Are like, yo, that Jason Tatum push off. Well, first of all, Tyrese Maxey kind of sold it a little bit, and his arm was right here, right?
Yeah, he don't
But
extend.
how many times is Harden doing that? Probably every time down, and it's not getting called. So
Yeah.
it's like you gotta pick one side, and it's they get away with so much, bro. And then the fact that I have to go on Twitter and see that Joel Embiid traveled on his pass out to Harden in the corner, like sick to my stomach, bro. Honestly. But go back
Talk
to
about your
Lakers.
Lakers. Talk about your
bro. I'm
Lakers.
sorry. It's,
Yeah, like you were saying, I feel like the Lakers got a lot better with that trade. Obviously,
Mhm.
we're looking good right now. We're up 3-1. I don't think Poole's gonna do anything tonight. He hasn't done anything all series. We have like
it's just an assumption, honestly, that he's just like kind of pissed. I mean, I think that just he says that he's not changing his regimen or anything, but it's just like he probably just feels like he has no confidence and he knows like what people are saying. Like damn well he's on social media all night. Like,
yeah,
he's around our age. Like
just
you know
looking
that
out
he's
all
on.
the trolls and the comments on it off his burner or
Exactly,
some
bro.
shit. Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
look, if you win Game 5 in Golden State, damn. But it's just like, are you gonna be that mad if you don't win tonight?
I mean,
That's
I'm not gonna be pissed off.
because that's how I felt Game 4 that we didn't win. Like we were down 16 and we came all the way back. Like it sucks that we lost like that,
Mhm.
but was I gonna be that mad because we got home court back?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be that mad because I already know that the Warriors they're gonna give them their all tonight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great
I
game.
mean, as
tonight.
if Curry didn't last game though.
Yeah, but I feel like Clay has to step up because that
He had
performance
9
he had,
points.
that last shit, that's not gonna cut it. That's not
Mhm.
gonna cut it at all. And if Clay's not doing that, Poole's not gonna do anything. I already know Poole. I know Poole is good during the season and all that, but he's not that guy during the playoffs, especially against us. I don't know. Something about us, Poole just doesn't play good against us. But well, at least for the playoffs. But yeah, after those three, they don't have any other bucket getters.
I mean, Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, Wiggins.
Just because of
Wiggins. He always does. He does pretty good, but
that's the thing is that
He's
he's
not
not
scary.
gonna.
He's not scary.
Yeah, he's not gonna win you a game. He's gonna give you 17. He might. His high might be 20.
Yeah,
22.
but it's just like who's guard. Like the thing is like he's in such a good position because he's.
Yeah, Austin
saying
Reeves is
last
guarding
year-
him or some
We were
shit.
saying like last year, like he was like really the fourth option.
Yeah.
And it's just like that is probably one of the best fourth option. That
Exactly.
You could have,
Yeah,
you know?
and if you think about it, yeah. But Poole as a third option, Poole is getting too much money, bro.
Yeah.
He's making way too much money. You're
And what
asking
did I
too
say?
much of him.
That's the thing. Like they have one good season, and you're like, all right, let's bank on it.
Hell no.
Always wait another year,
Hell
see if
no.
they can be consistent.
He doesn't give you anything
Mhm.
defensively.
No.
He doesn't fit the team. All right, so if you're gonna pay Poole, you should have just paid D'Angelo Russell. I feel like he's doing
Yeah,
at
he got
the minimum-
He got tossed around for
at the
no
minimum what he was doing.
reason. No reason, bro.
I feel like obviously we all know that D'Angelo Russell is a better player now.
Yeah,
But even at that point, like I feel like he was scoring just as good as Poole. He's a better passer than Poole.
Mhm.
They both don't play any defense. But D'Lo, I feel like he might give you a little bit better on that end. But he suits them more because he plays
been
in the,
there already.
Yeah, he knows how to play in the system too. Poole does not fuck with their system. He wants to be Curry, and he's not Curry.
Yeah.
You're not that guy, bro. You're not
Okay.
him.
No, I feel you, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
the Lakers have a great shot to make a run. I mean, I'd be interested to see who comes out on the other side, but I mean, the Nuggets look great. Fucking, they got Jokic, Jamal Murray. He kind of was at a slow start yesterday.
He had a really good bounce back. If there was a
in the first half, didn't he only have like 2 points or something like
I'm
that?
talking about him in like the season in general.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
think
and
if
then
there was
they
a
literally
comeback
have
player,
and then
I
they
would have given it to
literally
him.
Have the second coming of Carmelo Anthony. So,
Oh my god.
yo, Michael Porter Jr. Every time he gets a run, he's pulling it
Pull.
every time.
Chris
Nah,
had
he's
a, Chris had a
tough,
take about MPJ yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So I'm
Better
gonna
not
be
be hateful.
honest.
No, it was spicy.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think Michael Porter Jr. was a exciting high school basketball player.
That he
Oh
was.
god.
He
Exciting.
It wasn't exciting to me.
Did you watch his mixtape?
I did.
Tom and I were
Did we watch
our
his
jaws
same
hit the
mixtape?
floor.
I
Listen,
did.
they were calling him Kevin Durant out of high school, bro.
Well, it was just that he had all those back issues, bro. That kept him out for so
Yeah, that's
long.
what-
And it's just, you know, I said
People
I
were saying
actually
that
said
was
to
a great
Jared,
pick.
I was like, yo, it's such like a
I don't know how he dropped
Patrick Baldwin
15
is
or
literally
something.
MPJ like 2.0. I mean, not the same player, but it's just like you're a top recruit coming in. You're a 5-star recruit. Then you go to a college that your dad coaches at, like Patrick Baldwin went to Milwaukee, and just like, and then he only played a few games, and then just didn't.
Part of it's
play.
he's on the
Like,
Warriors and he's not getting minutes.
dude,
If he got a chance on a bad team,
he
would be
shouldn't have
something.
entered the draft, honestly, and
I
he should have
mean, the
went to
Rockets
a
is
regular
there.
school.
The Rockets can't develop people either. They got Josh Christopher sitting on the bench rotting, but that's a whole different
Well,
story.
Doak about to change the culture there.
Hopefully, I mean, he's gonna have
Somewhat.
they're gonna have to have multiple practices without a basketball teaching them how to play defense.
Yeah, and they need a
And-
leader in that
and they-
group.
they
They're
got-
all
need
young.
a vet. They need a
and
vet.
they're
Yeah.
all young and they all want to be that guy. They don't have any. They don't have like a PJ Tucker in there. Just like
They should bring in a guy like Rondo
face.
to teach him how to pass the ball too.
Rondo. He'll be a good coach. He shouldn't be.
They
in
just
the
need a
NBA
vet to
anymore.
come in there and like literally
Well-
say, "This is my team. Y'all need to like get in line."
Yeah, I mean, I was
Almost.
gonna say, well, Rondo is gonna be a coach.
Yeah.
Like he's been like studying to be a coach for years.
I
and
mean,
now,
that makes
like,
sense.
Oh, he'll be
Well,
a
he's
great
supposed to.
coach.
Well,
And
apparently
JJ
they were talking about him coaching with Kentucky's staff. I don't know if it was next year or the next year after that, but
I seen that too.
dude, I mean that's my favorite player of all time.
he's
And
one of the
Toronto
greatest
did
minds.
interview JJ Redick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot we were gonna say something about that. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen because I love JJ Redick with what he does now.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He's
I don't
the
want
only
that to
person
change.
on ESPN, to be honest, who's tolerable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If we're
He
being
knows his.
straight,
Yeah, he knows his shit. But Toronto, you're reaching.
a little bit.
I feel like you're
don't know.
reaching. Like, cause. I mean, if I just go off what I seen him do while he was in the league, he was just a catch and shooter, but he may know
He's
how
got-
to run an
hey,
offense.
He's
and
got
run a,
that Duke education, bro.
Yeah,
No,
so-
he's one of the greatest players to come out of Duke.
yeah, it's like
No, he knows ball.
he's a rookie.
He knows ball.
He'll be a rookie coach. So
I mean,
Those are
like,
all-
do you think that like he would kind of be like rotated around like Jason Kidd? Jason Kidd did become a better coach.
He
As
did.
of now.
Mhm.
I
At
mean,
the beginning, he was bad.
it's just like the situation there like kind of sucks. It's really just Luka, and it's just fuck everyone else, to be honest. But
I can see I can see him as a coach, but I just don't understand how you go from Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse was like one of the best coaches in our league, and then you just drop into a rookie head coach.
I didn't really like that firing, but I think that kind of just tells you that the
done.
rebuild is here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like Siakam, is he a restricted free agent this whole season?
I think
might be unrestricted.
And Anunoby is on the way out too.
Oh yeah, Anunoby's.
And then Gary Trent, and then it's just like there's Van Vliet. It's just like you can't pay all these guys at the same time, and it's just like they're not even like they're the highest of caliber to get the money that they want. So I mean,
Siakam's got one more year. One more year.
He doesn't have an option this offseason.
I don't understand why they didn't do anything at the trade deadline this season.
I thought they should have blown it up.
And Anunoby was screaming to get out of there.
No, I really thought they should have blown it up.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't want to call myself a hater of Fred VanVleet, but I don't like Fred VanVleet's game.
That's funny you say that because he plays a lot like your guy Jalen Brunson. To me, they're both like very strong guards.
Is it because they're short?
No, they're like
because
strong,
they're small guards.
They're strong guards, and they like they use their strength.
Fred VanVleet's he's like
against like smaller guards.
He's not even a wannabe Curry. He's like a Kmart Curry. He's just sitting there pulling up any chance he gets.
Yeah, he does shoot a lot more threes, but
Jalen Brunson's like this little mid-range assassin floater guy, and he can rebound, he can pass, he can play defense. Like he's actually a very underrated defender. Fred VanVleet can't guard shit.
Nah, Fred can guard.
It's just
he can play defense.
I don't know what exactly they're gonna do though, because they really like just kind of missed out on like making like the play-in and stuff like that. But it's just like they have talent. It's just like putting it together realistically. But it seems like they just want to blow it up. I mean, like I was saying to you before the show, like I had the coldest take like of all time. It seems like now, because I said to my friend who's a Heat fan, and they just lost to the Hawks, and like they're the 8th seed now, and it's like I was like, dude, they should blow up this team. They should blow up this team.
You know, it's sad
now they're really like technically like one game away from making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But dude, they have 7 undrafted guys, and you're counting on 7 undrafted guys. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
bro, like,
it's sad, but they were like really good.
It's Jimmy Butler
before the Kawhi trade, and after the Kawhi trade. I feel like
what are you talking about now? You're talking about the Raptors. I was talking about the Heat.
Oh, you're talking about the Heat. Go ahead.
Well, no, I mean if you had something to say.
Yeah. So I was gonna say about the Raptors.
Dude, I'm sweating.
While Kawhi was there,
jeez.
was there, Siakam, like, I feel like he led that team. A lot of people want to put that ring on Kawhi and just say he led that team to a ring that year. But I feel like Siakam was like, Kawhi was out for a lot of that season, and we talked about this before.
Yeah, but he didn't miss a postseason game though.
I know, but like during the whole regular season,
even the finals,
he's the
was
reason
good.
they got there.
Siakam was good in the playoffs.
Who was?
Siakam.
Oh yeah,
no,
Siakam was hooping.
Yeah, I mean Kyle Lowry was great for them too.
Oh, Kyle Lowry. Nova
product. And my boy Norman Powell is also great too.
Because we'll finish off on the Heat, the Knicks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about the Knicks. We can't hit a 3. That's all I'll say about the Knicks. The Heat though.
Dude,
the Heat are so well coached, dude. I cannot
thing,
like give Eric Spoelstra. I can't put enough credit on him. Like I could give him the world, and he'd still be underrated.
Yeah,
but dude, I really do think they should still blow up the team.
Oh no, the lack of talent there is ridiculous. There's no talent.
7 undrafted guys, bro. Like do you know where Hayward Highsmith's went to school?
Oh, I've definitely read it, and it was
tell you.
Super random.
It's a D2. It's called Wheeling. And then
Gabe Vincent.
I mean, Duncan Robinson went to a D3, then went to Michigan, and then you got Gabe Vincent, who's
so
also
annoying.
undrafted.
They
Annoying.
got a bunch of great story guys, but
dude, like you got a point guard from UC Santa Barbara, and then like Caleb Martin went to
Nevada.
Well, yeah, he also went to NC State. And
Max Strus from DePaul.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, what are you doing with this roster? Like blow it up, bro. Blow it up, because it's just. I mean, I do like Gabe Vincent. I honestly like. I like him
his game a lot.
I've been like actually liked him a lot.
He's an underdog type.
I think like Kyle Lowry's kind of been okay with coming off the bench, like because he came off of injury and that's how it started. But I think he does play a vital part. I think he should stay.
He's annoying.
But it's just like. You're paying Duncan Robinson a lot, and you weren't paying him, but it's really just because it was his defense. It was just his defense. That's the problem, and it's like Max Strus can give you a high.
It's not just his defense too, because like
no, that is the
it's his defense, but like Yeah, he has no bag
But then he lost-
offensively.
and then he lost.
Like, if he's
confidence.
not
Now
shooting the
been playing
ball,
well.
he's not giving you
He's
shit.
back in
playing
the
solid.
rotation.
He's
He
playing
he
solid,
came
yeah.
back because Hero got hurt. If
Mhm.
Hero was healthy, Duncan Robinson honestly would not be playing.
Yeah, that's
And-
what I'm curious to see what they could do, bro. But I don't
and-
know. Blow it
and
up.
This is my take. I do agree with Pat. I think after this season, I think probably in the next season after probably in a year or two, they're gonna start the rebuild. I think once Jimmy Butler
Mm-hmm.
contract comes up, I think they're gonna probably be like, we're just gonna go rebuild.
But it
start
depends.
from
Do you think a
scratch.
full rebuild or just like a
Retool.
rearrangement of like
I
like a
think-
retooling?
I think it's just retooling. I don't think they need to go full on.
It depends on
rebuild.
who you
'Cause
keep.
by the time-
if
Yeah.
Butler's still there playing very
And
well,
you
Yeah,
you
Bam,
retool. You
Bam
don't. You
and
can't
Hero.
rebuild with him.
Well,
on
Jimmy's
that
got 3
roster.
years.
Well, if you
Yeah,
have
you can't. You can't
Well,
rebuild.
no,
Yeah.
not full rebuild, but like
Retool.
retool. Cause if you
Mm.
got Hero still there and Bam still there,
Mm-hmm.
all you gotta do is just get some good draft.
But the
picks
problem
and good
is
signings.
you can't trade Duncan Robinson in that contract. The only way
Yeah.
you do that is if you send him
throwing
with
a
Hero,
first.
and
You'd have to attach a first
it is
just to
very
make someone take
very
him.
difficult. And like I said, with Rudy Gobert ruining every trade in the NBA from now on. But I don't know. They're tough. That's just there's a few teams that are in such tough spots. There's so many teams that have so much of an overload of young talent that can't really develop them.
Yeah.
Like the Magic have an unbelievable
yeah.
amount of talent, especially from the guard spot.
They did.
And then the
Get rid of
Rockets
RJ
do
Hampton.
obviously have a bunch of talent too, and they're just not being used like positively. Like they're not being used correctly.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what? Matter of fact, save that for next episode.
Dude,
next
no, I do have a
episode.
lot to say.
Cause
Yeah.
That's the problem.
that is a draft episode.
Yeah,
that-
no, I
Yeah,
gotta do some
personally
more research on the
look at.
draft.
Yeah, because
Same
like, bro,
here.
like you look at like the Magic, bro. It's just like realistically, what position do you really necessarily need that you don't have already that could be developed to be good?
You like their point guard?
I was gonna say
Well,
Markel.
which
but-
one, bro?
Yeah.
Suggs,
Who
Jalen
do you
Suggs?
want at point guard? Like Scruggs or Cole
I'm
Anthony?
gonna say
You like
Cole
both of them?
So the thing is with me is when it came to like mocking and stuff, I didn't even want the Magic to get Paolo. Paolo wasn't the number one pick until that day.
Yep.
I thought by fit wise in my head that it should have been Chet to the Magic to play with Suggs as they played in high school, Jabari to the Thunder, because I thought that he's a guy that can create his own shot, like Kevin Durant, obviously, and then Paolo to the Rockets because he was the most NBA ready guy, and he's very easy to play with, especially with like Jalen Green. But again, like any one of those three, if they went to the Rockets, they're screwed.
Yeah.
No one is passing the ball on that team.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I don't know,
Kevin
bro.
Porter,
Dude.
Jalen
I
Green,
mean, they're all
Josh Christopher.
great.
They're all trying to get their own
Yeah,
bucket. though.
Killers, bro.
Don't,
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, cause next episode, I know I'm gonna come with some takes about
Mhm.
what teams need to do in this draft. Cause
Yeah.
it's a lot of picks that I feel like that they really need a certain player, especially a team that I'm really going to question a lot is the Pelicans,
Mm.
because I need to know what the hell they doing with this whole Zion situation. But we're gonna conclude this episode. Go ahead, follow us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Hopefully, we'll see how the playoffs turn out these next couple of days. Potentially, we could see a Game 7 with the Sixers and Celtics winning. We could see a Game 5 win for the Lakers, Game 6 win for the Lakers, or maybe go to 7. So we don't know. Or
Lost
the
me
Knicks
with
can
that.
push it to Game 6. We don't know. So, ladies and gentlemen, just know that we're going to see some very interesting basketball going forward. I'm Chris Ortega,
Anthony Conti.
Isaiah Cunningham.
And Bad Billings.
and we are out of here.